2+2, one man's collection. Today I am looking at the Ferrari issue number 52. This is the Ferrari magazine. We're looking at the Ferrari 250 GTE 2+2. Obviously in a police car version as well, which is pretty cool. Now I do have a 143 scale die-cast car here that I've already opened. We'll take a closer look at that towards the end of the video in a little bit more detail. And that one dot off the top. But I'm going to quickly go through the magazine issue here. I won't stop and read everything. If you do want to have a look at it, you will need to pause the video. But in this particular issue, like I go through all of these, the competition model. This one is the 750 Monza, the championship winner. Then it's the 250 GTE 2+2, which is the one we have here as a die-cast. Single seaters in this particular issue is the Schumacher's second F1 F310B, and the poster is of the 2+2, that's what I'm going to call it. 250, one of the many 250s we have in this series. So back to the competition models. The flexible 4-cylinder racer, the most effective. So most effective on slower circuits, the 750 Monza was a car that evolved from a styling project developed by Dino Ferrari, with an engine by Aurelio Lampredi. I'm terrible with the Italian names, but bear with me. We'll get there. 12-cylinder engine. It was a hybrid model of the combined a 12-cylinder engine and a 250 mm, open body of a 375 mm, and the chassis of a 750 Monza. Yeah, very nice. Don't remember if I've got the car of this. I have to go and have a look at what I've got. So front longitudinal 4-cylinder inline. So it wasn't a 12-cylinder, no, it was a 4-cylinder. Capacity is just under 3 litres. 250 brake horsepower at 6,500 RPM. Top speed of 265 or 165 mile an hour. 32 of them made. Nice. The 750 Monza. World Sports Car Champions with the 860 Monza. Winning at Sebring, 1956. Won Manuel Fangio, won at Sebring, 12-hour, taking turns with Castellotti. I'm not even going to pronounce his first name. Behind the wheel of the number 17 Ferrari 860 Monza. The Scagaletti-bodied Barchetta from Maranello featured additional headlights from the middle of the radiator. Okay, to improve visibility in the dark. Oh yeah, the ones down the front, okay. Behind them were Luigi Musso and Harry Schell in a identical 860 Monza. Look at the racing there. They just had brick walls and people that would race out into the crowd. See the footage these days. 750 Monza winning with a Pininfarina body. There we go. All right, moving on. 250 GTE 2+2. The 250 GTE was Ferrari with an interesting history. As well as being a conventional 2+2 Grand Tourer, one example was also used by Rome's flying squad and served on duty with the capital's police force. There you go, got a model of that there, or a picture. Squadron Mobile, telephone 555-555 on the side of the doors. Yeah, it is too. Features the police license plate number 29444. Yeah. Fighting crime on the streets of Rome. The Great Ferraris. Images of the only Ferrari used by the Italian police in the 1960s should not allow us forget the importance of the 250 GT and the history of Prancing Horse Marquis. It's in fact one of the first true 4-seat Ferraris with a series produced body coming out of the market after several examples that were unique to nearly so. So I guess they're still running around in that police one there. One to keep, eh? There we go. Got actually a poster of it. There it is again. On an even more detailed view. Cockpit of the 250 GTUs by the police did not differ significantly from the series production model. Only the right-hand side of the dashboard was modified to accommodate a radio transmitter. The ignition key on the left was a legacy of the circuit racing, where in use, some cases, at least until the 1960s, drivers started the race on foot from the pits, running to their cars on the starting grid. They found it quicker to start the car with their left hand while getting into first gear with their right hand. Well, that's now how most of them are, isn't it? Ignition on the outside. Yeah. Makes you wonder, is that exactly where it started? Probably. Engine on this one is just under a 3 litre, 2.953.21 cc to be exact. Front longitudinal 60 degree V12. 240 brake horsepower, 7,000 RPM, and 230 kilometre or 143 mile an hour top speed. 950 were produced between 60 and 63. Very good. With the 240 horsepower engine already fitted in the series produced car, the police version, the 250 GTE, needed no special mechanical modification to improve its performance. Its 230 km an hour or 143 top speed was more than adequate for the streets of Rome and its environs. The engine was actually the final evolution of the 250 GT, with the spark plugs on the outside of the coil valve springs, rising from the use of the 250 Testarossa cylinder heads being mounted relatively far forward from the engine, increasing understeer so much that the car required a very skillful style of driving, especially when driving to negotiate corners. The fuel mixture was supplied by 3 twin-choke Weber 40 DCL6 carburetors. It's a nice looking car though. All of these 250s were nice looking cars. Moving on, the single-seaters, the second Ferrari for Schumacher. The F310B was Michael Schumacher's drive for the F1 Championship in 1997. It proved to be a competitive car, but couldn't take the title. Okay. I'm not going to dwell too much on that. You can read that if you want to. Finely honed aerodynamic setup. Actually got a schematic drawing there of it. Engine was a 75 degree V10, just under 3 litres, 730 brake horsepower, 16,050 RPM. Can't remember that, and 50. And at 600 kilograms with driver. That was their limit, wasn't it? Maximum speed unknown, only made in 97, unknown how many. Yep, well, parts. Schumacher Villeneuve duel. Honours podium position, Australian, second, Argentine, second for Irvine. San Marino, second for Shuey, third for Irvine. Monaco, first for Shuey, third for Irvine. Canadian, first for Schumacher. French, first for Schumacher, third for Irvine. German, second for Schumacher. Belgian, first for Schumacher. Japanese, first for Schumacher, and third for Irvine. Ferrari, runner-up in F1 Championship. So even with all that, they were still the runner-up. Yeah. All right, next model, number 76. I remember this one. Your 512BB Le Mans model. There we go. Following the introduction of the 512 Berlinetta Boxer in 1976, Ferrari provided backing for private teams entering the model into the 1978 Le Mans 24 hours. So we're going to show that one off in next week's episode, number 53. It's a nice car. I've got that all with all my other Ferrari race cars. Let's have a look at the model in a little more detail. Got some decent grille on the side there, in silver. Okay, like a chrome silver. Got the Pininfarina badge there by the looks of it. Knock-on spoked wheels. Go around the rear. Yeah, okay, you got, what was that? Looks like 2 brake lights with the indicator ones in the middle. Quad exhaust pipes out the back. Nice chrome bumper. Ferrari badge on the back there. Bit of dust there by the looks of it. Haven't had these inside their cases, unfortunately. Now we've got a brown wooden steering wheel with a silver inside and Ferrari badge on there. We do have gauges in there as well. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, I've got to try and get that to focus. That is not easy to focus. Looks like leather seats. It's actually really nice. I do like these. Front, they're really well done, the Ferrari, with the lights and stuff, and the quality on these models quite well done. Only the one driver side mirror, which is probably standard back on those days. Door handles. Let's have a look underneath. 250 GTE 2+2. 4 chrome exhaust pipes out there, but we've got a framework, extra muffler systems by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm going to put this on a turntable so you can have a look. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be back to finish off this series. I think it goes to 86 or 87, 88. Maybe it's 88 in this series. So we'll continue going on each week. Thanks for watching. Cheers.